Hello, this is Jamie with Creations Misfit, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really fun and quick and easy glow-in-the-dark yarn plushie. So I'll just go ahead with what you need. I am going to be using this glow yarn from Knitting, I guess. I don't know where I got this, to be honest. I bought a few different ones, maybe like 3 years ago. I've never used them. So my first try using glow in the dark yarn was today when I made this guy, and for this one I used this bling bling glow yarn. It doesn't even have, neither of these have yardage on it, nothing. I think I got them from like TikTok shop or Temu or something a few years ago. So I used this one for this, and this is how much I had left. So you don't need a ton of yarn for this, but I can't tell you exactly how much. This one was kind of hard to work with. It's like a harder cotton. So it wasn't super easy, but I mean, it was fine, but it's just not super smooth. This one looks more smooth, so I'm going to use this one for our tutorial. And then you will need a 5mm hook and some safety eyes if you'd like to use those. I think these are a size 12, the ones that I used, or you could embroider your own. And then you'll need a stitch marker, a pair of scissors, and a yarn needle to sew in your ends. And really, you can make this with any size yarn. I'm going to be making some larger plushies with like a size 6 yarn. Just follow the same tutorial and use whatever you have on hand. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Now you can obviously also make these without glow-in-the-dark yarn. I have a tutorial up that I made last year for this. It's the same pattern. I just made it with white yarn, and it didn't really get any traction. I think it has like 200 views or something. I kind of put it up like right before Halloween, so hopefully this one does a little better and more people can find it. So we will start with a magic circle, and if you need more help with that, I'll put a little card up here. You can click on and check out that video to learn the magic circle and then come back. But I'm just going to go ahead and do mine. This is the way I always do it. It works out really well. It stays closed. And then we're going to chain 1 after that. And if you're more comfortable, you can do a chain 4 and just slip stitch into the first chain that you started with, and that will also make a circle for you. And from here, for the first round, we are going to do 6 single crochet inside the magic circle. Oops. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you can pull your circle closed. And we're going to be working in the round, so that's why I wanted you to grab a stitch marker so that we don't lose our place. So just pull your circle closed, and here's what we have. And we will move on to round 2. So for round 2, we're just going to do an increase in every stitch, which just means 2 single crochet in every stitch around. So we're going to go right into this very first stitch and do our first single crochet, and then we will mark that stitch. Okay, so go ahead and mark that with your stitch marker. And then we're going to go back into that same exact stitch right there and do a second single crochet. And that will be our increase. Okay, and then you'll go into the next stitch and do 2 single crochet and all the way around. So at the end of round 2, you will have 12 single crochet, and I will do mine off camera. You can pause the video and then we will meet back up. All right, I have 12 single crochet, and I'm going to pull this again so that it's tightening up the middle of my circle. And for round 3, we are going to do a single crochet in the very first stitch. And then you'll want to mark that stitch again. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do an increase again. So 2 single crochet. And that will be your repeat pattern around. You'll do 1 single crochet in the next stitch and then an increase in the next. And at the end of round 3, you should have 18 single crochet. So I'll see you after that. Here we are at the end of round 3. So let's move right on to round 4. For this one, we're going to do it a little bit differently just so that we don't start, once you keep increasing this way, it starts to have sharp edges. So this round is just going to help us not get too sharp. So for the first stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. And then we'll do an increase in the stitch after that. And then this next portion we're going to do 5 times. So the first part of it is single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Single crochet, and then we're going to increase after that. So do 2. And you're going to do that whole part 5 times total. So we just did it once. Single crochet, increase, and then we're going to do single crochet, increase, and we'll do that 5 total times, and you'll end up with 1 stitch left at the end, and we'll just single crochet into that very last stitch. So I'll meet you back after this round, and after round 4 you will have 24 stitches. Okay, I've come up to the end of my round here, round 4, and I have 1 stitch left, so we're just going to single crochet into that last stitch, and we'll have 24 stitches. Sorry, my camera's moving here. All right, so for round 5, we are going to single crochet in the first 3 stitches, and then we will do an increase after that, and that will be your repeat pattern around. And at the end of round 5, you should have 30 stitches. So single crochet in the first 3, and then do an increase, and I'll see you after round 5. Here we are after round 5 with our 30 stitches, and we'll move on to round 6. Which is our last increase round. So we will do a single crochet in the first 4 stitches, and then we'll increase after that. And at the end of round 6, you will have a total of 36 stitches. Okay, so single crochet in the first 4 and then increase. And I'll see you after round 6. And here we are with our 36 stitches after round 6. So now for rounds 7 through 17, we are going to just do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. And we're going to do the eyes. I'm going to come back after round 13 and do the eyes. So if you'd like to stop after your round 13 and come back to see where we're going to place the eyes, go ahead and do that. If you're going to just sew your eyes on afterwards, you could go ahead and go all the way to round 17. All right, so 7 through 17, we will do 1 single crochet in every stitch around, but I will be back after round 13 to place our eyes. I'll see you soon. Okay, I am at the end of round 13 here, so we're going to place our eyes, if you're doing safety eyes, and they're going to go in between rounds 9 and 10. So you might want to count down this way, or you could just count up from where we just were. It's kind of hard to see, but this is round 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So it's going to go in between these 2 rounds, wherever you can find a spot. And it doesn't have to be exact. It's just try to be consistent and get them in the same line at least. And then make sure your back is on really well. Okay, and then I do them about 7 stitches apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure it's lined up in the same row. And place your second one. We should just make sure here. Okay. And then from there, since we did 13 rounds again, we have to go through 17. So do rounds 14 through 17, and then we will meet back up. Okay, there's my eyes, and I'll see you soon. And here we are after round 17. So now we're going to start making the little bottom portion of this ghost here. And for round 18, every stitch that we make is going to be in the front loop only. So if you don't know about which loop is which, normally we go through both loops of a stitch. Oh, sorry, let me move out of the sun here. Okay, hopefully you can see that better. So normally we go through both parts of the stitch here, but each part has a loop. So here's the front loop and here is the back loop. And for this round, we're just going to go through the front loop. So for the very first one, we are going to do a we're going to do single crochet, double crochet, and then a single crochet all in that first stitch, but just through the front loop only. So go ahead and pick up your front loop and do a regular single crochet, and you can mark that stitch. And then in the same front loop, we're going to do a double crochet, and then go back in one more time and do a single crochet. And that's what's going to make like the little bottom of the ghost. And then in the next stitch, just in the front loop only, we're going to do a slip stitch. And that will be your repeat pattern all the way around. So for the next one, remember, front loop only for everything. We're going to do a single crochet, go back in and do a double crochet, and then one more single, and then slip stitch in the front loop only of the next. So go ahead and do yours all the way around, and I'll meet you after round 18. And at the end of round 18, you should end with a slip stitch. Okay, so there's the bottom of our ghost. So now for round 19, we are going to go into the back loops that we just skipped. So, you know, we went through the front loops for everything, so that left a back loop. And you should be able to see those pretty clearly here. They kind of stand out. Here's this one, this one, this one, this one. So we're just going to go into those stitches now. We can take this out for now. And we're going to start, let's see if you can see where the first one is. Just try to get into the first one the best you can. It might be this, or if you can get into one right before that, I think that's from the first single crochet. All right, so try to get into this one first, and we're going to do a we're going to start with a single crochet in the first 2 stitches. So there's one, and you can mark that, and then here's the second one, and then we're going to do a decrease after that in the next 2. So if you don't know how to do a decrease, it's just a single crochet, 2 together. You're going to go in like you do a regular single crochet, and there's 2 loops on your hook, and then we're going to go directly into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. So we're starting to make it smaller on the inside. Okay, so that will be your repeat around. You'll do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches, just those back loops we're pulling. You can kind of push these things down that we did before. And then you'll do a decrease. So just go into both stitches, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And at the end of this round, you should have 27 stitches. I'm coming up to the end here, and you should end with a decrease for your 27th stitch. And if you don't have one left, if you only have like 1 stitch left instead of 2 to do a decrease, just single crochet into that last one twice. Or, I'm sorry, just once. Just single crochet once into that last one so that you have 27. Okay, and this is what we are looking at. So for the next round, which is round 20, we're just going to do a single crochet into the first stitch, and then we're going to do a decrease after that. And that will be our repeat all the way around. And this one should be easier because we're just going through the whole stitch. So I did a single crochet there, then we're going to do our decrease, and then a single crochet, and then a decrease, and you'll have 18 stitches after round 20. Okay, so I'll just stay on and do this round with you. Thank you for being here, and if you're not subscribed, I'd like to have you on my channel. I would love for you to hit the subscribe button so that you can see my other tutorials. And even if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine, but please take a look at my playlist for my tutorials. I have over 150, I think, videos now, all different kinds of projects, big and small. Most are beginner friendly. I have yarn haul videos and stitch videos, and I do yarn giveaways every so often. So I'd love to have you. And also, if you can comment below and like the video, that really helps me out so that I get seen by more people. Sadly, you have to kind of work with the algorithm these days, but I also really love and enjoy reading the comments below, so you can let me know how this worked for you, or you know, what yarn you used. Oh, I'm sorry, am I off the... Hopefully you can still see that. What yarn you used, or, you know, who you made this for. I love to read those, and I do get back to all the comments as well. All right, so from here we're going to go ahead and put some polyfill in and start stuffing our ghost. You could stuff it as much or as little as you'd like. Just kind of make sure that you are getting all the way in and that it's even all the way around. Test it out here. And you can stuff a little more after we do the next round too, but just try to get some in there now. All right, we just have 2 rounds left. So this next one is round 21, I believe. Yeah, round 21, and we're just going to do the same thing that we did for round 20. We're going to do 1 single crochet and then a decrease in the next stitch. So single crochet and then a decrease. And I believe, let's see, you should have 12 stitches at the end of this round. Okay, so go ahead and finish up round 21, and I will see you right back. And I'm at the end of round 21. If you have to stuff your ghost anymore, if you'd like to, go ahead and stuff it. The bottom part you want kind of flat though, so don't stuff up too much. And we just have 1 round left. So for round 22, we're just going to decrease in every stitch around, and you'll have 6 stitches. So I'm not going to put my stitch marker in. I'll just count these last 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, buddy. 5 and 6. And then you can tie off. I just slip stitch into the next stitch and I chain 1 and then cut my yarn. Cut kind of a long piece so that you can weave it in, and then we are finished. Just weave in our end here. Also, if you make anything of mine and you'd like to tag me in it, you can't do that on YouTube unfortunately, but I'm on TikTok and Instagram at Creations Misfit. Here you're just going to go underneath each stitch all the way around, all 6 of those. You can go under both loops or just 1 loop. And then pull tightly. And then I go under this a couple times just to secure the yarn a little bit better. Just go wherever you can find it. And then you can either, I'm going to do a knot here. Just find a stitch and do a little knot. And then you can put your needle through and put it out the back or wherever of the ghost and cut your yarn off and you'll be done. So we're all finished. Thank you so much for watching. Let me zoom out a little bit if I can. Oh, zoom in, zoom out, Jamie. All right, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, I would love to hear how this worked for you, or if there's anything else you'd like me to make, I'm happy to do that. So please leave that in the comments below, and I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope that you check out some of my other tutorials as well. So have a really great day. I appreciate you, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.